Freedom of jail, clips inserted. A baby's being born, same time a man is murdered. The beginning and end. As far as rap goes,
welcome back to another session of Jets Talk here on Knicks Bros TV. As you can see, this is not my usual setting. I'm here in Kansas City. Never been here before, so really excited. I've always grown up in the East Coast, so it's kind of nice to see the Midwest a little bit. There's a lot to talk about, obviously. Right now, the way I want to start off the show is I'll kind of tell you the list of the things I want to talk about. One is going to be the introduction of Todd Bowles and Mike McKagan as GM, the new head coach of the New York Jets. I'm going to kind of reflect on my opinion on that. Also kind of get into the 11 out of 12 balls that were deflated by the New England Patriots and the impact that it has on the league. So here we go. Earlier today, Todd Bowles and Mike McKagan got introduced as the group that's going to be leading the New York Jets to our future. Todd Bowles is going to be our 18th coach within our franchise, so that's really exciting. Again, I apologize for the lighting, guys. It's a little dark here, and if I open the curtains, they'll be too bright. First thing first, I think as Jets fans, you need to applaud Woody Johnson. I think he really listened to the fan base, really listened to the direction that, he needs to go, and he went ahead and he hired football guys and was able to land, some potential guys in the front office that's able to turn this thing around. So a lot of props to Woody Johnson. As far as Mike McKagan's concerned, I was kind of unsure about him when we got him as a general manager. But I got to tell you, in the press conference, he was very firm. He seemed like the type of guy that knew what he was talking about. Much of a football guy. Kept talking about the New York Jets and how the front office makes him feel, the vibe he got. He kept talking about winning. And that's the mentality that we have within our front office, and hopefully maybe soon can be reflected on the field. Excuse me. And I think the biggest thing he did was he managed that entire conference. Meaning there was questions thrown at him as far as, hey, is Gino your next guy? How are you guys going to engage, with Gino? He gave a really good answer and basically stated, we're getting to get to know him. He didn't make any promises whether he was going to be the guy or wasn't going to be the guy. And that's the type of answer that I'm looking for, because within the week and a half, 2 weeks that he's been there, he shouldn't have an answer for it. But rather than saying, well, I don't know, he's going to say, well, we're going to get to know these guys and be able to, make football decisions going forward. So that was very impressive. As far as Todd Bowles is concerned, what I truly love about Todd Bowles is he's the total opposite of Rex Ryan. You could see reporters were just waiting, itching for a theatrical play on stage about guarantees or mocking someone, and he's the total opposite of Rex Ryan. Nothing against Rex Ryan. I'm a huge Rex Ryan fan. I think he did really well for us for the past 4 or 5 years, or actually 6 years that he was with us. More productive for the early 3 years rather than the last 3. But a lot of those to be blamed on John Idzik. Not to get off topic, but he stayed very, very firm, a little shy, camera shy, you could tell. But again, he's not being judged in a conference; he's being more judged on the field. He talked about bringing toughness to the team, bringing more intelligence on the field. And, I'm very happy about that. I think the conference went just very well. The team is going to become what I've been wanting for a while, is a very subtle, very under the radar, not your usual New York team. And this is exactly what we need. We need a little bit of me time as far as the Jets are concerned, to be able to kind of, get things back in order and maybe be able to be contenders, not next year, but a couple of years from now. And that's something he did. He didn't guarantee anything. He said, we're going to go in there with this attitude, and we're going to be able to put ourselves in a position where we can do something in the future. So I was pretty astonished. I enjoyed that. So I'm really looking forward to the acquisitions we make. Look out for a video for me and Young J00 to make on the New York Jets. We're still we don't know about a date yet. I still need to contact him, see when a good time is, for us to talk about some more Jets. But we want to make sure it's a little bit further away from us. That way we do have a lot of material to talk about. But thank you for the subscribers that follow us. So, well, now let's get into the Patriots situation. As far as them deflating 11 out of 12 balls within the Indianapolis game, here's the thing. I believe the league requires a little bit of inflation within the ball itself. What they require is a 12.5 and a 13.5 pound per square inch and weigh between 14 and 15 ounces. This whole story came about when the Indianapolis Colts linebacker intercepted a ball. A guy that rarely touches a football felt like there was something wrong with the football that he intercepted. Here's the thing, guys. And this is coming from a Jets fan, and I just love nailing the Patriots if I can, but you got to be reasonable. What this comes down to is, no matter what, the Patriots were going to win this game. Now, if it came down to a one touchdown, and that one touchdown came from an inflated ball, you could sit there and just say, you know what, Colts deserve to go to the Super Bowl. It shouldn't be the Patriots. I totally get it. But this doesn't mean that, now they're still looking into it, but if this comes out, this doesn't mean that Patriots should be off the hook. And as a Patriots fan base, you shouldn't take offense to it. Alright, I think for the most part, you should sit there and just ask yourself, as a fan, just say, hey, I wonder why the Patriots did that. They were going to win the game anyway. The game was not close. They ran the ball. They destroyed the Colts. And as far as the Patriots are concerned, you do it once. Everyone's like, okay, sure. Well, if there was punishment or whatever the case might have been. But in this scenario, you do it again, and you're known for cheating. Okay, you're known for cheating, and it's not a good reputation to have. Honestly, for me, you're messing with the integrity of the game. I grew up watching soccer. Obviously, I come from overseas. I love soccer, and one of the biggest things that turned me off about soccer, the World Cup, whether if it's European tournaments, whatever the case might be, was the fact that there was a lot of game fixing. There were a lot of things that made you question soccer in general, whether it was '98 World Cup final or whatever the case might have been, the Juventus and Serie A, stuff like that turned me off about the game. The reason why I like American sports, I know I've heard stories about referees being, there's some stuff in the NBA and stuff in the MLB, and the reason why I like football so much, I feel like it's the fairest out of all the sports. I mean, I like the fact that you can challenge things and be able to get things right. For the most part, I feel like the NFL on-field has gotten things right. But the last few years, starting with the Seahawks game a couple of years ago and things like that, we're starting to see a lot of this. And, I really want to see a harsh penalty toward the Patriots. And I'm not saying this because I'm a Jets fan. I'm saying this because it's been done repeatedly, and more than anything, it has messed with the integrity of the game. And I'm not going to say here, I'm going to say, hey, I'm going to stop watching football, because no, that's silly to say, because football is part of my life, and it's kind of an addiction for some people as well. But, that's one thing you don't want to be affiliated with your game. So whether if it's, I think there should be more than just a fine. Whether if it's, taking away some draft picks, suspending the owner, and if Bill Belichick had anything to do with it, suspending him for a couple of games, I am totally there for it. Just for again, going back to the integrity of the game and not being able to mess with the game. You know, a couple of years ago, a top soccer team in Italy called Juventus was caught fixing a couple of games. They relegated that team to the second division, which was probably the biggest hit that league took and that franchise took itself. So, I want to be able to see something done. There were questions about Bill Belichick missing the Super Bowl. I don't think that's going to be done as far as suspension, just because the NFL looks itself as, all right, what can I do to punish this team but yet not hurt my league, whether if it's regarding money or whatever the case might be. So guys, that's really my take on it. Again, I'm not trying to say anything to Patriots fans or anything like that. I'm trying to look at this as fair as possible, just for the fact that there should be no reason for you to do that, knowing that you're going to come into this football game and be able to win it, especially that you're at home. So do I still feel like Patriots deserve to go to the Super Bowl? Yes. There's been people say, no, tell the Colts to go to the Super Bowl, or whatever the case might be. One thing that's going to hang over the Patriots fans, and I might just say this on occasion when I get mad, I'm going to say, well, if they do win the Super Bowl, I'm going to say, well, you guys didn't deserve that Super Bowl win. People are going to say that, and if I were a Patriots fan, that would be so irritating, because it's one thing to win the Super Bowl, and then to be known as a team that shouldn't have won the Super Bowl is even more frustrating. So, Patriots fans, Jets fans, fans all around, leave me your comments, leave me your thoughts. Maybe I'm looking into it more than I should, but again, I think that's what makes this sport special, is the fact that for the most part we get things right. So, again, guys, comment, subscribe. Thank you for watching. Go Jets.
Tape CD covers the trees. Line a barrel up with your weak picture and squeeze. Street scriptures for lost souls in the crossroads. To the corner thugs hustling for cars that cost dough. To the big dogs living large, taking it light. Pushing big toys, getting nice, enjoying your life is what you make it. Suicide.